Death Valley National Park was far exceeding our expectations. With only 3 nights and 4 days staying at Texas Springs Campground in the park, we had so much we wanted to see and do with too little time. We had already experienced 2 salt flats and 2 scenic drives, and of course, incredible mountains, and more mountains. In this episode, Todd and I continue to enjoy scenic drives and hike into a volcanic crater. But first, we begin our day with a beautiful sunrise over the mountains. Our morning began early as we woke and prepared to drive to one of the many recommended spots to view a beautiful Death Valley sunrise. After sunrise, our plan for the day was to head to Ubehebe crater. But as we left the dunes, we were unaware that we had already missed our turn and we were on the wrong road. This led to what painter Bob Ross has called a happy accident. We were on Highway 190, heading not to Ubehebe, but to Panamint Springs, and the views were thrilling.
That's so cool. It's a little breathtaking, kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
There's a truck down here. Not only a truck, a tanker. Is he gonna go up?
That's what he's thinking.
Wow. Oh my goodness, look at this.
According to road markers, we traveled up to almost 5,000 feet in less than 40 minutes. Did I mention that the views were amazing?
It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's just so huge and wide open.
Of course, these are the kind of views that a camera struggles to really capture, but I hope you get a sense of the beautiful, vast expanse.
So unreal. Doesn't it just look massive? How are you feeling as the driver?
It's awesome.
On our way back, we stopped for a quick bite to eat at Stovepipe Wells Village, which offers dining, lodging, a fueling station, full hookup RV sites, tent camping, and a general store. We also learned a bit about the well with a stovepipe. In the 1800s, Old Stovepipe Wells was the one and only water source in northern Death Valley. Unfortunately, sand would often hide its location, making it hard to find. Eventually, an inventive prospector inserted a length of stovepipe into the well, creating a visible marker for travelers. This transformed Stovepipe Wells into a popular rest stop during the mining booms. We found the correct road and made our way to Ubehebe crater and continued to enjoy the sights along the way.
When I do speed up some of our driving footage, it feels like what I'm experiencing right now.
Very roller coaster-ish.
And then when Todd takes the wheel with both hands, then I know that if we get a turn coming up, hang on. It doesn't necessarily slow down. He just uses 2 hands.
Ubehebe is a large volcanic crater 600 feet deep and half a mile across. Interestingly, the National Park's website says that walking to the bottom of the main crater is easy. However, the trip back up can be exhausting.
This is crazy. This is crazy already. Oh my goodness. Wow. That just takes your breath away. Wow.
I think we got to do it. When are you ever going to have a chance to do this
Where's
again?
people?
I didn't say people. I said there's a trail.
Oh. Like literally this, like,
Yeah.
will you slide down on the rocks?
Not slide, you just walk.
Oh, that's amazing. I noticed nobody else is coming over to the edge like we are.
Well, what say you?
Well, I'm not done soaking it in. So Todd's wanting to take the path down, and I get that. Okay. Actually, everything looks doable except for this first initial part, but that's not
It's
bad.
not even dangerous.
Right, it's not bad consequences, right? So I guess, yes, I once I start, though, I might change my mind, but
You want poles?
yes, I want pools. Let's give it a try.
So if I fall down, then you won't come?
Yeah, if I see you sliding too much, what say you?
It's going to be tough coming up.
What about the going down?
I don't feel like I'm going to fall.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Just dig in with your heels, right? You're letting your heel,
Okay.
because then you're like pushing rocks into the front of your foot.
I am a little nervous. I think the notches scared me.
What?
When we did the notches I had the bad traction gym shoes on and I couldn't grip.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'm a little more nervous than I used to be. But yeah, this isn't bad.
But the notch was like severe consequences. This,
Right.
you could fall down and you'd
Right.
be fine.
That's true. And this isn't bad. Actually, it's so much that you kind of sink into it. So that kind of helps to slow you down.
Trick here is not to fill your shoes up with rocks. That's a long walk around. I didn't know we were going to be able to walk into it. You doing okay?
Yeah, okay. It is, like you said, it is going to be tricky to get back up, but not unsafe.
Lead the way.
It's going.
Why did you want to come down here?
This is my husband's influence on me.
Well, you're leading the way. What are you talking about? Hopefully what goes down will eventually go up.
You definitely need to go down this with poles. It's hard to videotape and go down with poles, so I think we need to choose poles.
We got to give you one of these that has a camera mount on the end of the pole, and you could do both.
Oh, good idea.
This is going to be a serious workout.
Going up will be. Is that what you mean?
That's what I mean. I can't tell if we're halfway yet. Seems like we are.
Do we just want to go halfway?
No.
You want to go all the way down?
I do.
Okay.
You got a sinking feeling? You gotta get the smiles now, because I don't know if we'll be smiling on the way up. Usually it's easier to go up than to go down, but I think in this case there might be a difference of opinion. Do you feel the burn in the back of your legs? No?
So I was saying that from up here, the ground looks like brown textured leather. So what are you observing down there?
You! Don't give up now.
This is so cool. Looking at where the lava was flowing, so unreal. It's hard to even think about how to describe this. All right, we made it to the bottom. So that's where we came down. I don't know how you feel, Todd, but from down here, it doesn't look as deep.
No.
When you're down here looking up, compared to when you're up there looking down.
Yeah, it looks deeper from up there. So this crater was not caused by a meteorite hitting the Earth. This was caused by an explosion from within the Earth.
So the magma.
The magma and some sort of gas
Exploded.
built up and exploded. And there's debris from this spot for miles away. I think it said 1.6 miles away that it threw rocks.
Very cool.
And they think that it was within the last 2,000 years.
Wild.
Hopefully it's done.
Yeah. Which, and I guess there that's probably maybe water.
Yeah, that's
etching.
just erosion.
Yeah, etching in there. But my favorite part is, especially when you're up higher, you can just see that this was a flow and it hardened.
All right, can I get it on record that it was not a bad idea?
Right now I can say I'm really happy we climbed right down into the Ubehebe crater.
This is our attitude right before we're starting to climb out. We'll see how happy we are at the top. I think this is the same spot I taped you coming down, so.
Wow, I am so out of breath. Whew. I have to let my heart slow down a little bit here. Apologize for the panting.
You think it's about a third of the way?
Let's just say it's half the way.
Okay.
I feel better.
It's fun to just say things. And now it looks like leather again.
Yeah, when we were down there, it so did not look like leather. It just looked like dry dirt and rocks. But super cool up here it looks. I can't even speak right.
Yoda you are.
Oh, there's people up there on the rim.
Crazy people.
That's what I thought we were going to be doing. Yay!
Okay.
Yay! We each have our victory dance. The bum left knee.
Yeah.
That's what got me on that one.
You did it though.
I did it. But halfway up, my knee said, "Are you kidding me?"
Panting has ceased.
Ubehebe crater. We just finished visiting there and hiking down and hiking up. A lot of panting. It was about 20 minutes down and
Yeah, about 20 minutes down.
35 up.
Yeah, which blows my mind because it felt
Yeah.
like a lot more than 35 coming up.
A lot more than 35 coming up. One of our most challenging
Oh,
hikes.
for me, it's the most challenging hike I've ever done. Yeah.
We had a big day today. We did a lot. We started early this morning. Let's see, I think we left at 7 this morning.
Well, girl,
Was it 5:30? Oh, it was 5:15.
it was 4:30. We were 4 o'clock. You said, "Hey, do you want to go see the sunrise?" We were on the road by 4:30. We were at the site by 5 something. Oh yeah,
Mesquite Flats.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was a great spot.
It was a really great spot. Todd took some video of the sunrise glowing on the dunes. We took a drive. We thought we were coming to the crater and we missed our turn and ended up on the southern end of the park,
Yeah.
an hour away. Highway 190 to Panamint Springs. How would you describe that drive?
A great drive. It was a lot of fun. Easier to go up than it was coming down. Modulating the brakes coming down was, I don't know. You never really know because you don't have a gauge on your brake temperature. So
Yeah. We saw, I think the steepest was an 8% grade. And, it wasn't a straight drive. It was really curvy.
yeah, very.
So it made
And the consequences were severe.
there were some cliffs for sure. But I mean, like I said, breathtaking. One of my favorite ever. So
And a lot of whoopties too. So
Yeah.
it was
like roller coaster.
like a roller coaster.
That's why I was wondering how you liked the drive, because you were
It's fun. It's fun to drive.
our Ranger can sometimes feel like a big go-kart. Well, on the way back, then we were trying to decide if we were still going to drive out to the crater because the crater was in another direction and another 30 to 40 minute drive. Decided to go ahead and drive out to the crater. So that's what we did. We've had 2 amazing drives here. I think for both of us, in a previous trip, the Needles Highway was really high up there as a favorite for us.
South Dakota, yeah.
In South Dakota, yeah. One of the favorite drives that we've done. But then we came here and Artist Drive, way up there too, right up there with the Needles Highway. Super,
was-
just lovely.
It's so nice. It's a one-way. There was hardly any traffic.
9
So
miles.
you could go 15, 20 miles an hour through the whole thing and just really soak it in. It was really beautiful.
Yeah. So that was now way up there. And then our Highway 190 drive for me was way up there. It'll be very memorable as one of my favorite drives ever. So kudos to Death Valley National Park for their drives. Their roads are in really good shape. So
Yep.
if you're on a paved road, they're great. So that's nice. So what did you think of the Badwater Basin?
It was cool to be that far below sea level. They had a sign way up on the side of the mountain that kind of showed where sea level was. And that was pretty neat to look up that high and
Mhm.
see that mark.
Yeah. I didn't know that we were going to be able to walk out onto the flats because it mentioned a boardwalk. So I thought that's what we were going to be doing, kind of like at Yellowstone where you walk on the boardwalk and you see the springs. But here you could walk right out onto the flats, which was really, really fun.
Yeah, and we were there early in the morning, so we just kept walking until we walked out of the shadow of the mountains into the sun. That was nice.
Yeah, and you're just surrounded by the mountains and the salt, as you're walking on it, you can tell there's water just below the surface with the way the salt feels when you're walking on it. It was windy, so when we first started walking out, the wind picked up and blew a bunch of salt dust at us. And so then you're instantly feeling, licking your lips and you're tasting the salt. So that was kind of an interesting experience. Kind of like when we were at Yellowstone and you were getting the hot mist blowing on you.
That's true. Went to that restaurant. last
Yeah,
night.
we went to a restaurant last night. We tried to get into the inn at Death Valley, and they
Booted us out.
they required reservations.
I'll take the likes of you here.
So we made a reservation for this evening and we are heading back to the campground.
When we returned to our campsite, we met our new neighbors, who were kind enough to give us a tour of their Viper RV and explain how they tow their Jeep. Then we left for our dinner reservation at the inn. Upon arrival, we entered from the parking lot by walking through a tunnel which led to an elevator that took us up to the beautiful terrace and the dining room where we enjoyed a delicious meal. Mine was pecan-encrusted sautéed Brussels sprouts with Parmesan cheese. Yum! The next day, we said a sad farewell to Death Valley, but we were excited to be heading back to Arizona. Join us next time as we make our way to the surprising Petrified Forest National Park. And thanks for watching as we were out and about in California.
Panamint?
Yeah.
Panamint?
Panamint Springs.
Panamint?
They sound great.
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah, then you can just cut it and it'll look like we knew.
Okay.